Hello and welcome back to goldstocktrades.com. This is Jeb Hamburger and this is the week ending Friday, June 14th, 2013. It's about 3:40 in the afternoon and I wanted to update my subscribers on some important technical indicators that have occurred over the past few weeks. In the end of 2012 going into 2013, we saw a powerful move in the Nikkei, in the Japanese stock market. The Nikkei went from around 9,000 to about 15,500, and intra-week close hit 16,000. And this was pretty much in about 6 months, so like a 70% move in less than 6 months. And this was due to the policy of Prime Minister Abe, which was devaluing the yen to push up the Nikkei. And right now we have seen a correction of 4 weeks. It has gone down from about 16,000 to below 13,000, closed at 12,710. We're seeing also 4 weeks of stalling at resistance for the Dow Jones Industrial Average and the S&P 500. We're seeing that it's trying to find support, the 50-day moving average, but it's not bouncing off. It's testing it multiple times, which is an indicator to watch out for, because usually when it touches the 50-day moving average before, it would break into a new high, but now it's testing multiple times. So something to keep a close eye on the overbought equity markets. Keep a close eye on crude oil. Crude oil is making a very interesting pattern of rising lows. It hit 80 in 2011, then it made another low at 85 in 2012, broke through about 87.50 in 2013, and now it looks like it's on the verge of making a breakout at the $100 level. And we're very bullish on energy here. We're seeing stocks up. For the past since the end of 2011, we've seen commodities down. That cycle eventually, this divergence between equities and commodities usually balances out and reverts to the mean. Whenever equities are this overbought compared to commodities, it's generally a good time to take a look at the undervalued commodities, especially energy. Natural gas has gone from $2 in 2011 to over $4, almost hit $4.50 recently. It's pulled back a little bit since then, but that's a major increase for energy consumers. So natural gas is up, crude oil is about to break $100, and yet uranium is still at multi-year lows at $40, and we don't think that that's going to stay at that level when the average cost to produce uranium is around $85. So we may see some miners like Cameco and Areva go into the market and actually begin buying the spot uranium instead of mining it, and something that we should be looking out for, especially at uranium at these levels, which we don't think will last much longer. Platinum's hitting the 2011 low, and there's some talks about South Africa stabilizing. We're not 100% convinced. It's still in the 1444 area, near 2011 lows, but we think that should be a near-term bottom. Palladium is the one metal that is continuing to be on a tear, although it did not have a great week this past week. It was down about close to 4% this past week. It's making higher lows, 550 in early 2012, then 600, then 650 low, and it's on the verge of possibly breaking out at the 775 area into new highs. So keep a close eye on palladium, where there is a rising demand for automobiles and for these metals that reduce NOx emissions, but at the same time supply is very constrained from locations that are very volatile and unpredictable. So keep a close eye on the palladium market. And last but not least, the U.S. dollar over the past 4 weeks, we saw the movement out of the yen for a long time into the Nikkei, into the equities. Now we're seeing a movement out of the U.S. dollar, a reverse of that trade, and the yen is rallying. Treasuries, since pretty much the beginning of 2012, have been declining. The 10-year note has been declining, and now the U.S. dollar is beginning to decline. So this should be very good for commodities. We're seeing crude oil beginning to make a breakout. We're seeing platinum test lows, and we're seeing gold and silver hit 5-year moving averages, 5-year trailing moving averages. So we may be at the beginning of seeing this rotation from the stocks into commodities and into precious metals. So this is, again, Jeb Hamburger, the week ending Friday, June 14th, 2013. It's about 3:44 p.m., and I wish you a great weekend. All the best.